Alrighty there, gamers, welcome back to the channel and another storytime video and some Modern Warfare 2 goodness. And damn, it feels nostalgic to mention Modern Warfare 2 in post commentary. It really just brings me back to a simpler time. First things first, let's talk about the game just a little bit. I don't have a strong impression at the moment. I played for about 2 hours of team deathmatch and free-for-all, a little bit of search. Some of the maps were far better than others, but also maybe different maps feel better for different game modes. I don't know. That highway checkpoint map thing, it fucking sucks. It doesn't feel well designed, it doesn't feel inspired. I just kind of hate it. It doesn't really matter if I do well or poor on that map. The map is fucking dog water. The weapons I gravitated to were the M4, because naturally, and this MP7 lookalike. There was also what looked essentially like the AK-74U that I think isn't half bad. The time to kill on the P90 with no attachments is god-awful, but I have seen a better version of the gun and it seems not bad, and I'm also extremely interested in a upgraded version of the M16. Sniping seems okay, but team death and free-for-all are not going to be the optimal versions of the game to snipe on, and shotguns are pretty fun, I guess. Doubling back to the maps a little, they're not bad, but they don't really have a major charm to them. I'm not sure if FPS as a whole just don't have that same vibe to me on a personal level. They might just not scratch that itch for me anymore. I don't see this game as taking over my life, and I'm kind of okay with that. I'm okay with this game being the turn my brain off and play something kind of shooter. That is more than valuable to me right now compared to another game that wants me to grind the fuck out of it for a battle pass and hopefully not experience a sense of heavy FOMO or fear of missing out. And this game is also pretty good for something rather quick relating to footage for story times. Speaking of, this story time is going to be a shorter one. The story time takes place when I was 18. I was pretty fresh out of high school for a little bit and was working at my first job, which was actually Domino's, for those of you that didn't know. You gotta start somewhere. I for sure have a couple of Domino's stories and one real major one that sticks out in my mind, but that's for a different time. And before we dig into this one, let's get to the shout out. For this storytime shout out, I want to bring your attention to an amazing audio drama on iTunes called Wolverine: The Long Night. This audio drama has 2 seasons, it's a completed story, and I know what you might be thinking. Sen, I'm not into superheroes. Don't worry, you don't have to be. This story follows 2 detectives that are hunting down and are on the trail of Wolverine from Project X to capture him. The first season of the story takes place in Burns, Alaska, and let me just say the sound quality and mastering is beyond professional. It feels like I'm at the location and on site with them. I can picture everything happening in my mind. Listening to this is like listening to a Netflix series. I so heavily recommend it. Anyways, back to the story time. So like I was saying, I was working at Domino's at the time, and at this point I was getting fairly comfortable with the job and how things went down. From taking orders to making the actual pizza itself. I wasn't amazing at making the pizza, but if we needed something to be made fast, I was down to help. Now most of the time when I was working the later portion of the shift, primarily around closing time, with 2 managers that would usually rotate out for one another. One of which I'm actually friends with and have known since I was a kid. He's a friend of my brother's, but we became cool separately from my brother. Getting back to things, as a Domino's employee, one of the main things they train you in is how to man the phones and take orders. Most of the time, it was fine. Sometimes you're like me and fuck some of those up and they're recorded and you have no idea what the fuck was going on, but every so often you'll get a weird 1 or 2 here and there. I definitely remember there's one guy who sounded like goddamn Dracula and would always order 2 medium ham and pineapple pizzas all the time. I noticed he never ordered a pizza with garlic or anything. It's weird. Moving on. It was a night like any other, probably a Friday or Saturday night, so we were usually pretty busy on those nights. I'd take a bunch of calls, place a bunch of orders, but then I get this one. Hi, this is Domino's. My name is Sen. What can I get started for you? And nothing. Just silence. Every once in a great while you'll get a prank call, so I kind of thought that's what this was and I hung up. A couple minutes go by, another call, and I was free. Thank you for calling Domino's. My name is Sen. What can I get started for you? And on the other end of the phone there's this dude, bro. And he was very much talking in a way where You can just about tell immediately that he was higher than a kite. He's like, "Hey, how's it going, man?" So I try to move things along a little bit. I say again, like, "Hey, man, what can I get started for you?" So he says, like, "Yeah, man, some of my friends and I are pretty hungry right now. We're smoking some weed. Want to order a pizza and shit. You know how it is." So I said, "All right, cool. What can I get going for you?" And all I hear from the other side of the phone is, like, "I don't know, man. Like, how big are your larges?" And I tell him, "Our larges are about 14 inches. How big are the mediums, bro?" They're 12. And this guy is just taking fucking forever. And my brother, who also worked there, by the way, is motioning to me that I needed to hurry things along, but this guy is just going nowhere fast. And he asked me, "How big are the larges again, man?" So I say, "They're 14, my guy." And I won't lie, I was a little, like, short in my tone. I was, I was annoyed. And he says to me, he's like, "Bro, no need to stress out. Sounds like you need to smoke more weed, bro." And all I say is, "It sounds like you need to smoke less, bro," and I hang up. So that was done for a minute. It for sure was a little bit annoying because it's not like I was trying to be slow or anything. This guy was just taking so long. He was ordering at a snail's pace. I tell my brother, I tell my friend, the manager friend, what went on, and we laugh about it a little bit. And some time goes by and there's another call. I say I got it. It's the same number. There wasn't a rush anymore, so I wasn't really worried about the call taking forever. I was prepared. And then I say the classic line, "Hi, thank you for calling Domino's. This is Sen. What can I get started for you?" I was fully prepared on the other side of the phone to hear, "Bro." But I actually didn't get "bro." I was surprised, and his friend actually called, and he was like, "Hey, I'm Stone Guy's friend. I'm so sorry about my friend. I'm sure you can tell he's a little bit blasted right now." And I sarcastically was like, "No, man, I had no idea. What do you mean?" The guy laughs, and he was like, "All right, man, I'm going to make this super quick for you. Can I get 2 medium pepperoni sausage to this address?" And I say, "Absolutely." They had cash, so didn't have to worry about jotting down any kind of card information or anything like that. And it was fucking curtains on that order. I appreciate you, Stone Guy's friend. Life lesson to all you out there. If you're stoned, order online or some shit. Nobody wants to deal with your baked ass. And after that, the night was pretty smooth. Nothing really went on without a hitch. Not many orders after that. The rush was down. And yeah, I went home. I don't think I ever heard from Stone Guy again. I definitely don't recall hearing, "Bro." Maybe he turned over a new leaf that wasn't marijuana. Who knows? But anyways, I know this was a bit of a shorter story. Thank you guys so much for watching. Regardless, I want to thank you all. If you guys want to see more, check out the description. There's a bunch of stuff. My second channel, my Twitch, so on and so forth. Anyways, I'll see you all later. Peace. There we don't go. Still have a pretty healthy lead. Oh, not like that.
Enemy UAV active. Enemy UAV overhead.
GG.